The German Grandmaster Vincent Keymer is on fire at the Chennai Grandmasters 2025. He started off with two victories in the tournament and now he faces his third opponent Karthikeyan Murali. And let's see how this game pans out. Vincent with the white pieces opens with 1 e4. It's always a pleasure to watch Vincent's games because he's so well prepared. He works on chess really hard. And Karthikeyan, who's known for his fighting chess, opens with the Sicilian, and this is going to be a big one. Big struggle. Knight f3, e6 played. And will Vincent go for the open Sicilian? Yes, he does. That means we are going to have an exciting game of chess in front of us. Pawn takes pawn taken here. And Vincent goes knight takes on d4. Karthi puts his knight out on c6. This is known as the Taimano variation if Karthikeyan plays queen c7. But he goes knight to f6 and this can transpose into many different lines. Bishop f4 is played by white. Now this move, very tricky, because if you go d6, knight b5, e5, this is already Sveshnikov territory. But with d6, instead of going knight b5, Vincent goes bishop b5, bishop d7, and this is a line which is getting popular recently. Knight takes knight, and maybe taking with the pawn is the best move, but Karthi goes bishop takes c6, which is also playable. But queen d3, Vincent moving quickly here, defending his bishop on b5, preparing long castling. Karthikeyan asking the question to the bishop. Bishop takes on c6. He takes back, b takes c6, and now Vincent can long castle here or short castle. Which one will be a better idea? Let's see. He goes long castling here and puts pressure on the d6 pawn. Karthikeyan pushes his pawn to d5. And in general, you can look at this position and think about it in this way. By the way, h4, very nice move, because he wants to place queen to g3, but there are knight h5 ideas, so he wants to push forward with h5, bishop e7. And the way you can think about this position is black has a very strong center while white has a lead in development and now is hacking away at the position. Now h6 played. Perhaps castling was a better move, but now Vincent goes queen g3 attacking g7, and if you have to play king f8, that's already not good for you. King b1. White's position keeps getting better. b8 square is covered, so the rook can't take the open file. Karthikeyan goes rook a7, trying to go to the b file via b7, but that's a bit too slow. And the main problem is this rook on h8. He goes bishop to e5, maybe with the idea of putting the bishop here, but more importantly, freeing up the f pawn for the attack. Rook g8 played. And f4. Vincent play is a picture of logical chess, amazing chess. Knight goes back to d7, attacking the bishop, and he takes on d5. I guess taking back with the c pawn is fine, but Karthikeyan takes back with the e pawn. Maybe a small error there as well. Now Karthi in big trouble. What is Vincent going to play next? He goes knight e2. He's okay with this trade. If knight takes knight, he will take pawn takes. Maybe then knight d4 coming up next. But knight d4, and how is black going to create counterplay here is the big question. Rook b7 played, but the knight is coming into d4. He first goes b3, just solidifying the position. a5, a4 can create counterplay, but it's too slow. It's too slow. And g5, finally Karthikeyan is like, I need to lash out here, but it's not going to help him. because now just knight d4 is super strong, attacking the pawn on c6. He goes queen d3, also an amazing move. The queen is looking here, but also in this direction. Karthikeyan takes on f4, and Vincent takes back with the bishop. Just after 22 moves, black has a close to lost position. I mean, not close, but it actually lost. Rook f1. The king is toasted here on f8. And how is Vincent able to do this is the big question. Well, in general, he just played simple, logical chess, no fluff there, and he's gotten into a great position. Now queen c3, attacking the knight on c5. He goes knight to e4, putting pressure on the queen, and queen takes the pawn on c6. Is there some tactics here that are at play? Not sure. Rook d7, defending the pawn, so he's just a pawn down plainly here. And now Karthikeyan almost lost here. Vincent goes knight d4 with the idea of knight e6 check brewing up. He takes the bishop. Rook takes f4, and now knight e6, massive threat. He goes rook d6, but that shouldn't stop knight e6. Yes, exactly, he plays it. I believe you have to take the knight, and Karthikeyan does have knight c3 check here, but I believe that doesn't really serve any purpose, because after not king b2, because you lose knight d1 with a check, king a1, there's a mate on f7, so you actually cannot win the rook, and then the rook simply moves away and black is utterly lost. Wow, resignation here, victory in just 30 moves. Vincent Keymer showing why he is in such hot form here in this tournament. He's playing incredible chess and is on 3 out of 3. Well, it's going to be tough for anyone to stop him. Maybe Arjun Erigaisi, who is on 2.5, might be able to do it. But for now, it's Vincent who has the sole lead.
Vincent, 3 out of 3. I first made a recap about your endgame, and the second round I did middle game, and today you played a new idea in the opening, this bishop f4 slightly, and then it felt very smooth,
Yeah, I think I got a pleasant position. Of course, bishop c6 is not the most precise move, but yeah, I didn't think it was that bad yet. But after he had to play this king f8 move, his position seemed very unpleasant. It's not that new actually. Vladimir played it against Brack already, so I was actually kind of worried that he might even know about it, but I was pretty lucky that he didn't.
And after bishop b5, queen d3, it kind of transposes into the classical Sicilian, right? When you go queen d3 and then queen d3, were you trying to transpose in that line? Or?
I'm not sure about transposition actually. As you know, I'm quite new e4 player, so I'm better focused on direct lines and knowing about all the transpositions and stuff. But yeah, of course, it's a rather common structure. But here we have a little, I think it's a bit different because the bishops are traded, which is rather rare, and also the tempi are quite different. So it's different character.
And last question, you came from freestyle straight to Riyadh, so you played chess 960, then you played esports, and now you're playing classical chess. How are you transitioning into doing well in all 3 formats?
Yeah, I didn't really transition much. I mean, after Riyadh, my sleep schedule was messed up, and I was really trying to kind of get some energy back because I was really struggling. So I traveled so much that I missed many nights, and my main focus was just to sleep. And that was all the prep I did. Of course, I have been working basically the whole years for tournaments like these, but still I don't think there's any very specific preparation I can do.
Vincent, I hope the form continues. Thanks a lot.